partners for life. Registered representatives offering securities offered through Cetera Wealth Services, LLC, member FINRA SIPC, and advisory services offered through Blue Horizon Equity, Inc.
The flagship station of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Hey, Hicken here. Summer air should feel fresh, not full of dust, allergens, and whatever Florida critter has been crawling around your ducts this year. Sounds gross, right? Well, it is. And your air ducts are the lungs of your home. If they're dirty, you're breathing that every day. That's where Zero Res comes in. Guys, just because you can't see in there doesn't mean you can avoid it. This month only, take $100 off air duct cleaning. That's cleaner air, better efficiency, and a fresher home guaranteed. Call 287-5727 or visit ZeroResJacksonville.com and ask for the 1010XL special.
UFC Fight Night is back, and the only place to catch every punch, kick, and every knockout full-on sports lodge glory is Twin Peaks. E.T. here. Settle in with scratch-made favorites, legendary wings, and 29-degree beers that hits colder than heavyweight takedowns. With wall-to-wall TVs, you won't miss a single moment of action. Grab your crew and make it a fight night to remember. Twin Peaks. Eat, drinks, scenic views.
Hicken here for Oceanside Cleaners, the very best in dry cleaning service. Free pickup and delivery, or use their self-service kiosk in Ponte Vedra and Southside for drop-off and pickup. Dry cleaning, laundry, bedding, and bridal gown preservation. If it's got fabric, they can clean it. Oceanside Cleaners.
Hey, soccer fans, Sporting Jacks is giving away a new Honda Accord Saturday, 8:15. Sporting Jacks men take on Indy 11 at 7 on Hodges Field at UNF. Just be there. Someone will win a new car from Honda at the Avenues and Sporting Jacks. Visit sportingjacks.com today.
Checkmate. I'm Brendan Cecilia, founder of Checkmate Coatings.
And I'm Chester, Checkmate chessman, and, you may be surprised, newfound fan of American football.
Really? You?
Absolutely. Listen to this. Duval!
It's Duval, Chester. Duval.
That's what I said. Duval!
Ball. Ball.
Ball. The point is, Brendan, with football season approaching and friends dropping by your house to watch the games, there's no better time to spiff up your garage with a beautiful, durable, polymer-coated floor.
We can even do it in team colors for the real fans out there.
Oh, that is a good idea.
A garage floor your friends will love?
Check. In a color that makes you proud?
Check. Installed by locals who can actually pronounce Duval?
Checkmate.
Transforming your floors, making them great. Checkmate.
Visit checkmatecoatings.com. That's checkmatecoatings.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. He's Hacker.
Talk about a fried egg. I lasted about 5 minutes out there. I said, to heck with this. I'll do this in the morning. And I don't have any inside information. The lady that did it, she got in there. She made it happen.
And he doesn't shy away from opinion.
And I do enjoy drinking cold beer at ballparks. So if that makes me a baseball fan, then I'm a diehard baseball fan.
It's Hacker After Dark on 1010XL.
And a very good Wednesday evening to you, Jacksonville. It is Hacker After Dark, 1010XL 92.5 FM with Jared Justice. The Hacker Ryan Green with you. Glad you are with us on a Wednesday that finds us one day away from a joint practice in New Orleans. The Jacksonville Jaguars had a walkthrough earlier today down at the Miller Electric Center. And then, Jared, you know what the Jaguars did after said walkthrough at the Miller Electric Center? They boarded the team bus, and they drove themselves to the airport because for the first time this year, ladies and gentlemen, the Jaguars got on an airplane. Oh, yeah, man. It's football season. Are you kidding me? The team traveled to New Orleans earlier today. They are on the field tomorrow for a joint practice, and then, of course, the game on Saturday. You will hear that game right here on 1010XL, 4 o'clock Saturday afternoon with Frank Frangie and Jeff Lageman on the call. So we'll certainly talk about the Jaguars and the Saints. I was down at the Miller Electric Center earlier today. Again, just a team walkthrough. Had the opportunity to speak with Wesley Williams, the fourth-round defensive end. So we'll bring you that conversation. Also, the original 55 of the Jacksonville Jaguars, my friend Tom McManus. You hear him every day on Helmets and Heels. He will join us coming up towards the top of the 9 o'clock hour to give his thoughts on training camp to this point, give his thoughts on what he expects out in New Orleans both tomorrow and Saturday. We will also go to New Orleans. Our guy when it comes to the Saints is Fletcher Mackel. He is the sports director for the NBC affiliate out there in the Big Easy, WDSU in New Orleans. And we will talk to Fletcher about the New Orleans Saints perspective on this joint practice tomorrow and on the game on Saturday. So a ton of Jaguar conversation coming up. I also wanted to do a little college football tonight. What a novel concept that is, right? We're 2.5 weeks, literally 2.5 weeks, 17 days from today till week 0 of the college football season. It is rapidly approaching. So I want to talk a little John Summerall, Mike Norvell, Mario Cristobal, Kirby Smart. That comes up in a moment. Couple of house cleaning items. Tonight, we will give one spot away for the Hacker Fantasy League. By my count, we are now inside of 5 spots left. They are going quick, ladies and gentlemen. If you think you are the best fantasy football player that listens to 1010XL, your opportunity to prove it is coming up at some point this evening. We will give one spot away, one of the 16 coveted spots in the 16-team league, Hacker Fantasy League. It will take place, the draft will, next Thursday, 1 week from tomorrow night. Twin Peaks is the location, Atlantic and Kernan. It's right back where we were a year ago. Love Twin Peaks. The food, the ice-cold beverages, the very friendly wait staff, TVs everywhere. All the folks out at Twin Peaks do a terrific job, and I'm excited. We're excited to be out there a week from tomorrow. So we will give one spot away in the HFL tonight. As always, I ask 2 things of you if you call in to try to win the spot. I ask that you be available on Thursday night, August the 20th. And I ask that you bring some people with you. Bring the family. Bring the buddies. Bring the coworkers. Bring whomever. We don't want just 16 random people, one person per table at 16 tables. What fun is that? We want a little ambiance, a little atmosphere. Liven it up a little bit. So have a family night out. Have a night out with the coworkers, the buddies. You'll have a table all to yourself, and we will give away a spot for the Hacker Fantasy League coming up in just a bit. Quickly, before we get to college football, and again, a majority of the show tonight will obviously be Jaguar and NFL related. You know, we are in the middle point of August, approaching the middle point of August 12th. And at this time of the year, particularly in NFL training camps, you got sprained ankles, right? You got shoulder issues, maybe some bruised ribs, you know, an issue with a dislocated finger or two. I mean, these things kind of add up after a while. An ankle, dare I say, an ankle sprain. Hopefully no issues with the knees or anything. But you get my point. People are kind of banged up. You got to play through it, particularly if you want to make the 53-man roster. Well, it's very similar here at 1010XL and 92.5 FM. Now, I'd like to think I'm a veteran of these airwaves. I was here when the radio station started in April of 2007, but you still got to earn your stripes every football season. So I'm playing through the pain tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I have a cough. I have sniffles. Dare I say nasal congestion. But at this time of year, you got to push through. Jaguar players are pushing through. NFL players all over the league are pushing through with soreness, stiffness, only goodness knows what else. I'll be honest with you. I've been hurting today. The cough is getting to me. The not being able to breathe through my nose all that great is getting to me. The sore throat took its toll on me this morning. But at a certain point in life, you find out who you really are. And I'm going to find out who I am tonight for the next hour and 52 minutes. Because my goal is to push through for you, the hardworking men and women of Northeast Florida that I know have been very excited to hear tonight's Wednesday night edition of Hacker After Dark. And you know what? That's exactly what I'm going to bring you. So if I cough a little bit, if I have the sniffles a little bit, bear with me. We're in this fight together, but I'm going to try to get through it for you, the listeners of Hacker After Dark. Every night on HAD, we do kick it off with a big deal of the night. And Jared Justice, let's do that right now.
Time now for the big deal of the night.
What's the big deal?
What is the big deal?
No, because it is a big deal.
On Hacker After Dark.
So I mentioned the 4 head coaches of the 4 local teams in our area. And when you really start thinking about Kirby Smart, Mario Cristobal, Mike Norvell, and John Summerall, it is amazing how different they are as far as where they are in their careers, where they are in their coaching resumes right now. First off, you got a guy like Kirby Smart, who has been to the mountaintop numerous times, arguably would be in the conversation as one of the best current college football coaches going. Absolutely Georgia royalty. There will be a statue of him in Athens one day. There will be his name on that stadium or on that field or somewhere representing Georgia athletics and Georgia football. Kirby Smart has done more for the University of Georgia football program than anybody since at least Vince Dooley and Herschel Walker. At least. And that's, 40 years? 40 some odd years. So Kirby is royalty. But with royalty comes expectations. And a stat that I heard that I guess I knew, but it still kind of blew me away. And we're going to have Kip Adams of UGA, of Dogs 24/7. He's going to join us, I believe, tomorrow night. Do you realize since the 12-team playoffs started, now again, it's only been going on a couple of years, but we're still talking about Georgia and Kirby Smart and how great they've been. Georgia has not won a game in the 12-team playoff. That's shocking when you hear that, right? I was stunned when I heard that. That's true. They have not won a game in the 12-team playoff. They've gotten byes. They've been good enough to get byes, I believe, right? Back-to-back years. So they've been in the final 8. But they haven't won in the 12-team playoff. But there's no doubt of the 4 local coaches, Kirby Smart reigns supreme in our area. Because an overwhelming majority of our area is either a Dog, a Cane, a Seminole, or a Gator. Kirby's number 1, and it's not close. Number 2 is Mario Cristobal. Mario hasn't been to the mountaintop yet, but boy, he got to within an eyelash of getting to the mountaintop a year ago. A bounce here, a bounce there against Indiana, and it's Miami that's hoisting the national championship. Miami finally found their guy. I mean, you have to go back to Jimmy Johnson, Dennis Erickson, Larry Coker, right? You have to go back that far. But then you had the Al Goldens and the Randy Shannons and all these guys that just did not work out. Different head coaches rotating through. Miami could not find success. Butch Davis, yeah, I'll throw him in as well. He didn't win. I don't think he won a national title. He got him there. People will say Coker won with Davis's players, but regardless, Butch Davis absolutely deserves to be mentioned. But going back 20 years, but finally, Miami has their guy. Now the question is, all right, you've gotten to a 10-2 mark and then missed the playoff 2 years ago. You did not win the ACC last year, but you made a great run in the playoff to play for a national championship, lost in heartbreaking fashion. Can you get back and this time get over the mountain? That is the job for Mario Cristobal now. Two really good teams, two back-to-back years, one of which maybe should have won a national title. But now it's all about consistency. It's all about getting back year in and year out. And by the way, it's time for Miami to win an ACC football championship. That's another one. The fact that Georgia hasn't won a game in the 12-team playoff format is crazy. Even crazier is that Miami, in 2 decades, hasn't won an ACC football title. They haven't done it in over 20 years. Wild. If they don't win it this year, when are they going to win it? Kirby's been to the mountaintop. But can he stay at the mountaintop? Again, playoff failures the last couple of years. Mario just got there. Can he be like Kirby and get there now consistently? And then you go down a few tiers. Then you go down into the valley a little bit, right? We're talking about mountaintops with Georgia and Miami and Kirby and Mario. Well, we're not talking about mountaintops with Norvell and Sumrall. Now, I'm going to give Norvell the benefit of the doubt because he's been a Power 4 coach, and once upon a time, he coached a Power 4 team to a 13-0 record in the regular season. But those times have come and gone. Mike Norvell is 7-18 in his last 25 games as head coach at Florida State University. 7-18. They have not won a road game in over 2 years. That is unacceptable. That gets you fired. That should have gotten him fired already in Tallahassee. I understand finances. I get it. It is absolutely unacceptable to lose 18 out of your last 25 as the head coach of Florida State football. Point blank, period. The question is, what happens this year if Florida State goes 6-6 or 7-5? Well, then they'd be in college football hell, would they not? Can you fire Norvell at 7-5? That would have meant you go from 2-10 to 5-7 to 7-5. In most places, that's considered progress. Not at Florida State University. I don't know if 7-5 keeps Mike Norvell's job. And when you look at that schedule, when you take into account games against Alabama, SMU, Miami, Clemson, Florida, Virginia, NC State, Louisville. Is Florida State going to get to 7? I don't know. Clearly, of the 4 local coaches, Mike Norvell is on the hottest seat, and probably he's on the hottest seat in America coming into the 2026 college football season. And then last, for now, John Sumrall. Great job at Troy. Great job at Tulane. Has never been the coach of a Power 4 team. He will get that opportunity 24 days from now when Florida opens up against Florida Atlantic. They then play Campbell, and then it gets real because you start playing the likes of Auburn, Missouri, Texas, Oklahoma, Georgia, South Carolina, which may have the best quarterback in America, and Lenore Sellers. How will John Sumrall fare in year number 1 on the job in Gainesville? To this moment, he's hit all the right notes. He's hired a great staff. He's got things cooking on the recruiting trail. He's done a great job generating excitement for a team that went 4-8 last year. He survived the PR nightmare of not being named Lane Kiffin. He's been great for the first 7.5 months. Now, as we've talked about in Gator Nation, that's wonderful. Wins and losses are all that matters. And very soon, that scoreboard's going to light up. And if John Summerall wins, well, then the positivity will continue. If you start losing games to Auburn and Missouri and Texas and Ole Miss and Georgia, well, then people are going to get really, really over the goodwill very quickly. We've seen it time and time again. I say all of that to say this. I just find it interesting, and I was thinking about this on the drive in. Again, the 4 area coaches, and I'm not saying we don't have Clemson fans. I'm not saying we don't have Virginia Tech fans, Ohio State fans, a UNLV fan like Jared Justice. But by and large, in our area, if you were to do a pie graph, Florida, Florida State, Georgia, Miami would be a massive part of that pie graph for fan bases in Jacksonville, Florida. I think you could at least admit that. And when you look at those 4 teams, you got the mountaintop establishment with Kirby. But if they don't win a playoff game this year, this sounds crazy to say. If they get to the playoff but don't win, if they go one and done again for 3 years in a row, is Georgia fan going to start to wonder a little bit? I'm not saying he's in trouble by any stretch of the imagination. But let them get to the playoffs and lose again. And that would be 3 years in a row without a college football playoff win. And you watch the reaction for Georgia fan. SEC fan bases can turn very quickly, man. But clearly Kirby's, for now, very high standing. Mario, right underneath him, trying to get to where he is. Trying to get consistently to that mountaintop. Darn near was there a year ago. Can they get back? Mike Norvell? Brother, you have got to win, and you have got to win now, or you will not be employed at Florida State University in 2027. And John Summerall? Welcome to the party. We don't know, but I'm very fascinated to find out. College football, 17 days away from week 0, and then everybody starts on Labor Day weekend. Back into the Jacksonville Jaguars. Earlier today, down at the Miller Electric Center, I had the opportunity to catch up with Jaguar 4th-round defensive end Wesley Williams out of Duke, the reigning ACC champion, mind you, Duke Blue Devils. Enjoyed that conversation. If you have not heard from Wesley Williams yet, I think you'll like what he has to say. That's coming up next. And keep your ears peeled. We're giving away 1 spot in the Hacker Fantasy League draft. Could it be soon? Could it be later in the show? That's the beauty of it. No one knows except Jared Justice. And when he does that cue to call, be caller 4 if you think you're the best fantasy football player that listens to 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
Ever wonder how Dan and Jeff got hired at 1010XL?
It's our new lounge act.
Dan Hicken and Jeff Prosser.
What do they do? Scare the audience to death?
The Drill.
That's funny.
Mornings on 1010XL.
Blue here for the Blue Crab House, located right off of San Jose. It's on Jewington Creek Road. They've been around since 1996. Indoor-outdoor dining. Also, takeout is available at the Blue Crab House. Open 4:30 to 9, Tuesday through Saturday. Sunday, noon until 9. Remember, Tuesday, $2 margaritas. Wednesday, $1 oyster night. How about the blue crabs? How about my personal favorite, the Canadian snow crabs? Whatever it is that you fancy, you get it right there. The Blue Crab House.
Brian Wall here. Would you take your paycheck, go to the bank, cash it, and then simply throw it up in the air? I didn't think so. But in a way, over the years, that is exactly what you're doing if you have old or builder-grade windows in your home. Even if you have a brand new home, those windows are not the best windows you can have to save on your energy bills. Window World has sold millions of replacement windows to homeowners like you, and Window World's customer satisfaction is the highest in the business. Please check Window World out yourself and save on your new windows and on your energy bills. Compare with other companies and you'll see Window World is simply the best for less. It's up to you. You can call Window World and get a free estimate, get the best guarantee in the window replacement business, save money on your new windows, and save more on your energy bills. Call Window World today at 904-443-7001 or go online to windowworldneflorida.com. Thank you for your business.
Window World also offers energy-efficient doors.
Take a radio boat ride with Captain Cabin on the Ring Power Fishing Forecast Show. Wheeled in by the Pest Pros at Royal Pest Services and awaken 180 weight loss.
Thursday nights at 6
on 1010XL AM.
Bueller.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Hey, what's bothering you, pal?
You know me, Jason. I'm a by-the-book kind of guy.
Oh, I know.
I drive the speed limit. I take my vitamins.
Sort your socks alphabetically by color.
Blue comes before brown, Jason. We aren't heathens.
But something's got you bothered.
It's not you, Jason, but there are some other companies in your business that have people pretty upset for doing things, you know, a little sketchy.
I know.
And when people get scammed, well, it looks bad on you, too.
So let me make things better for everyone. Here, put on these sunglasses.
Whoa.
If you're worried you called the wrong company and might be paying too much or getting work done you really don't need, call us for a free second opinion.
For free? Just to make people feel better?
Life can get pretty expensive sometimes. If you worry about spending money you don't really need to, you could miss it.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
Indeed presents hires you can't afford to get wrong, like public works supervisor.
Hey, this water main is under a ton of pressure. Did you ever fix it?
Yeah, 3 layers of duct tape. Wait, should I have added a 4th layer?
This is a job for sponsored jobs. This is what happens when you don't sponsor your job on Indeed. Next time, get matched with quality candidates with Indeed sponsored jobs. Visit Indeed.com/hire now and sponsor your job today.
Picking here, or maybe you should call me Dreamfinders Danny. Look what Dreamfinders is doing again, an amazing 4.99% fixed interest rate. Now's your chance to lock down the rate and get in the game. You heard me right, a 4.99 fixed interest rate on select move-in ready homes. Visit dreamfindershomes.com for sales event information and get in the game. Interest rate available on select move-in ready homes. Restrictions and limitations apply. Go to dreamfindershomes.com for more details.
Make your outdoor living space one you're proud of with Sutherland Lawn and Landscape. From landscape design and outdoor living spaces to turf, lighting, irrigation, pavers, and complete residential and commercial maintenance, Sutherland brings your vision to life with quality craftsmanship and a team you can trust. Sutherland Lawn and Landscape, transforming outdoor spaces, elevating everyday living. Visit SUTHERLIN lawn.com today.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. This is Hacker After Dark on 1010XL.
Yes, it is. Glad you're with us on a Wednesday. Joint practice with New Orleans tomorrow. Game with New Orleans on Saturday, 4 o'clock. You'll hear the game right here on 1010XL. I believe pregame coverage will begin right about 1 o'clock Saturday afternoon. No fifth quarter. I've been getting a couple of those tweets. No fifth quarter for the preseason. The fifth quarter will debut on Sunday, September the 13th. Band is back together. Myself, the Pro Bowler Leon Searcy, and the coach Gerald Ingram. You're doing that show, right, Justice? Are you the newest member of the fifth quarter now?
I believe so.
I think you are. I'm excited about that. So the fifth quarter will return regular season opening week with myself, Leon, and the coach, but no fifth quarters during the preseason. All right, Wesley Williams, 4th-round pick of the Jaguars, about 60 seconds away. I will tell you, every once in a while here on Hacker After Dark, we like to give back to you, the hardworking men and women of Northeast Florida. and at 8:27 Eastern Standard Time on Wednesday night, August the 12th. By the way, happy birthday to my Uncle Ron. Uncle Ron is the reason I'm an Orlando Magic fan. He took me to a Magic game in 1989. My life has been a living hell ever since. But I do want to thank Uncle Ron for taking me to that Orlando Magic game when I was 6 years old. And happy birthday, Uncle Ron. You are the man. But on August 12th at 8:28, we have a family 4-pack of tickets to Sporting Jags men's game on Saturday, August 15th, versus the Indy 11 at 7 o'clock at Hodges Stadium. It's back to school night. Attend the game for your chance to win. Wow. Your chance to win a 2026 Honda Accord. How about that? So we'll take caller 4 right now. 904-641-1010. If you want to win a family 4-pack of tickets to Sporting Jags men's game on Saturday the 15th against the Indy 11 at 7 o'clock. That game is at Hodges Stadium. Again, it's back to school night, and you have an opportunity, if you attend the game, for a chance to win a 2026 Honda Accord. We'll take caller 4 right now, 904-641-1010. Wesley Williams, 4th-round pick of the Jacksonville Jaguars. I had the opportunity to catch up with him after practice earlier today down at the Miller Electric Center. Here is that conversation on Hacker After Dark.
Jaguars wrapping up a walkthrough. They're getting ready to travel to New Orleans. A joint practice on Thursday and the game Saturday against the Saints. We got Jaguar 4th-round pick Wesley Williams here with us on 1010XL. Wesley, how we doing?
Doing great. Happy to be here.
Obviously a big moment for you. Your NFL preseason debut on the horizon. Obviously the walkthrough today. What kind of work got done here today?
There's a lot of good mental reps, starting to, look at what New Orleans is going to do, type of looks we're going to get there, and just, getting focused in on the team, getting ready for this week is really exciting.
I've talked to Nate, talked to Albert, a couple of guys in the class. Boy, your last 3 months has been wild. You guys get drafted right into rookie minicamp, right into OTAs, and now bam, training camp in the preseason. How would you summarize the last 3 months?
It's been amazing. I think just learning and growth is the biggest thing. I think there's so much that I didn't know and still don't know. So I think just never tiring of learning new things. I think it's just a great experience on the field and off the field. Just taking in everything as it comes.
One of the big topics about you is the block kicks, the hustle, the play to the whistle. Where does that mindset as a football player come from?
I think it's just a love for the game and a desire to play. I wasn't always allowed to play tackle football. My mom made me wait till like middle school. So I think I know what it's like to not be able to play and really want to. So I would never want to, whenever the game ends for me, I'd never want to be like, man, I left something out there. So I think this kind of contributes to how I play.
When you come into an organization and you see Joshua Hines-Allen and Trayvon Walker in that room, what kind of guidance have those veterans given you so far?
Amazing guidance. Those guys, they're great leaders, obviously great football players. I think for me, just watching how they operate day to day has been the most helpful. They're such process-oriented people. That's how you get to that level in this league. So just trying to watch what they do and model after them for real.
When you are competing out here in training camp, even the walkthrough today, and you see Trevor Lawrence on the other side, and you see Parker Washington and Travis and BTJ, what's it like competing against this offense on a daily basis?
It's amazing. I kind of likened it to, I guess, in college sometimes when you're practicing and you're like, then you go play another team, you're like, wow, I didn't realize how great the team that we were practicing against all offseason was. So I kind of feel like that. I haven't gotten to go play somebody else yet, but I get the same sense that it'll be like, wow, I didn't realize how outstanding, how efficient, the team that we're playing and every day in practice is.
Final moments with Wesley Williams. You get on an airplane today. You're flying to New Orleans, joint practice tomorrow. Let's start with that. What are you trying to get done tomorrow? What's your objective out there in that practice?
I think just go out there, leave everything I have, again, just play my style of football, which is physical, fast, hustling. I think that as long as I get that done, I'll be happy with myself.
Have you taken a moment? You're going to play an NFL preseason game on Saturday. You're an NFL football player. Has that sunk in? Do you take a moment to kind of think about that?
It hasn't quite sunk in yet. I think as I get closer, I'm starting to, realize it's going to be a pretty big deal. But, you can never let that moment get big for you. I'm just really excited and really grateful for the opportunity.
Final question. When you have a defensive coordinator like Anthony Campanile, what's it been like? He's back for year 2. The fans were really pumped to get him back. What's it like playing for a guy like that?
It's amazing. I don't know how you can step on the field and not have your piss hot with him as your coach. Like, he's amazing. He's a true football guy. He's a great man. He's a great teacher. So I think it's been a blessing to play for him, and I can't wait to continue to do so.
We'll be watching you on Saturday. Best of luck.
Yes, sir. Thank you, guys.
There you go. Wesley Williams of Duke, 4th-round pick for the Jacksonville Jaguars. I've had the opportunity now to talk to a lot of these rookies. Let's see, I've talked with Borkature. I've talked with Regis. I've talked with Williams. I've talked with Cameron. I think those are the 4 that I've had one-on-one conversations with. And across the board. And I haven't talked to him directly, but I've listened to CJ Williams, right? Husky, Pregnon. You kind of get the sense of who James Gladstone likes to draft. I mean, these guys played a lot of college football. He likes them on the older side, a little bit more experienced. Wesley Williams is a guy that I believe blocked 5 kicks in college football. Blocked 5 kicks. You know what kind of mindset you have to have as a football player to get your paws on 5 different kicks in a college football career? I just like the idea of these guys. Now, again, nationally, the class was raked over the coals, but that, to me, is what's going to make Saturday so interesting. Look, there's a lot of guys we are not going to see. You're not going to see a lot of the quote-unquote main guys on Saturday. You know who you are going to see? You're going to see the rookies. You're going to see Wesley Williams. You're going to see Josh Cameron. You're going to see CJ Williams, Borkature, Koziel, on down the line. That, to me, is what Saturday's all about. I'm very, very interested to see this rookie class get out there in a preseason game atmosphere and see what these guys can do. Thank you to Wesley Williams. Again, and as always, thank you to the great Jaguar PR staff for helping us out, get all these one-on-one interviews during training camp here on Hacker After Dark. Coming up next, more on the Jaguars, but I want to look around the rest of the National Football League. A lot of joint practices going on today, and there's a lot of preseason football games tomorrow into Friday, and then obviously into Saturday, as every team in the National Football League plays a preseason game in the next 4 days. Also, former Jaguar linebacker, my buddy Tom McManus, towards the top of the 9 o'clock hour. Jacksonville, we're glad you're with us. We're here till 10 o'clock, as we are every night. It's Hacker After Dark.
Streaming live from the XL Digital Studios. Polished by Harbor Dental Care. Official dental partner of the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp. Jaguars, Gators, Seminoles.
We're going the right way.
Jacksonville Sports Radio.
Of course.
1010XL.
Neck pain, back pain, headache, Shinatri Chiropractic. Westside, 103rd, River City Marketplace, Riverside, Arlington, and the beaches. Acupuncture, dry needling, physical therapy. Relief starts today. Shinatri Chiropractic, 743-6700.
The birth of a child is a time of joy, but when complications during delivery lead to injury or death, families are left with lifelong problems. If you believe a medical mistake contributed to a birth injury, protect yourself and your family by understanding your legal options. Founded in Jacksonville, Edwards & Raggets helps families evaluate medical negligence claims. No fees unless you recover damages. Call 904-INJURED or visit 904injured.com.
Edwards & Raggets, offices Jacksonville.
It's about to get real. Training camp is on. Listen to 1010XL throughout the day for all the details and analysis of the passes, runs, and defensive performances. 1010XL's coverage of training camp is brought to you by Green Acres Sporting Goods.
I've worked with a lot of advertisers over the years, and you learn pretty quickly which ones are selling something and which ones actually care what happens after the sale. I'm Greg Gajewski, and when Awaken 180 first came to 1010XL, it started with Mike Dempsey, then Matt Hayes. From that first call, they wanted to understand our audience, not just buy a schedule. I talked with Paige, learned how the program worked, and at one point said, we got a guy, Hacker, that could really use this. And her answer was immediate, let's help him. That's their entire mission. That's always been their answer. No revolving door, no corporate runaround. Paige never franchised Awaken 180 because she wants every coach, client, and endorser to feel supported. I saw that as a business partner, and then I experienced it myself. I went on the program and lost 50 pounds. That's why I endorse Awaken 180, not just because they're a 1010XL client, but because they care about people, and you feel it every day. Awaken180weightloss.com. Awaken180weightloss.com.
When my dad tore his meniscus skiing, he was told that surgery was the only fix. But surgery meant giving up his hobbies, so we went to Southeast Orthopedic Specialists. They specialize in non-invasive treatments that get you back to fighting shape. My dad got a platelet-rich plasma, or PRP, injection. It took a fraction of the time to heal, and now he's back to doing what he loves.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
At Cannons of Jacksonville, they know that when you're towing anything, you gotta have products you can rely on. With over 50 years of fabrication expertise, the family at Cannons can repair or install precisely what you need to tow with confidence. Whether it's a heavy-duty hitch, trailer frame, gooseneck, tow bar, or any other towing accessory, Cannons will provide you with unmatched precision and durability. For all your towing needs, visit cannonsofjacks.com, where quality and customer satisfaction collide.
I'm with Greg from Cycles of Jacksonville, and when warm weather is here, we got to take advantage of it. Greg, what does Honda have, especially for beach weather?
It's riding season. Full line of small motorcycles, scooters, you name it, they've got it. We also have a full line of Vespa scooters in stock and ready to ride to the beach today.
If you log on cyclesofjacksonville.com, they've got it all?
Got it all. Cyclesofjacksonville.com. Come and see us there or on the showroom.
Atlantic and Regency, check out Cycles of Jacksonville.
Frank Frangie here for my friends at Coil Fencing. You've heard me talk about our Bregan baseball complex with walk-off charities and we needed a batter's eye. Nobody knew how to do it. Coil figured it out, and it is great. Since then, Coil & Sons has completed hundreds of projects, including most recently our football fields at Fort Family Park. The bottom line is they do everything. They do it well. It looks great. I trust Coil & Sons. You can too. Since 1927, they've been getting it right. CoilJacks.com, C-O-Y-L-E Jacks.com. That's where you find them. A proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. This is Hacker After Dark on 1010XL.
Oh, yeah. The NFL preseason. Everybody plays this week. A lot of games tomorrow. You got games on Friday as well. And then, of course, the Jaguars and the New Orleans Saints on Saturday. 4 o'clock, you'll hear it right here on 1010XL. We already knew the Jaguars starters probably are not going to play. It does appear now that the New Orleans Saints starters, at least some of them, if not a majority of them, are not going to play, which is interesting to me. And again, we're going to go out to New Orleans. We're going to talk with Fletcher Mackel. He's the sports director of the NBC affiliate out there in the Big Easy, to kind of get the Saints side of this in the 9 o'clock hour. If you're New Orleans, don't you play Tyler Shuck as much as you can in the preseason? Now, I guess the logic is, well, if he gets hurt, well, yeah, right. If he gets hurt, well, then you're obviously in trouble. But the last time I checked, Tyler Shuck probably needs some reps, more so than a Trevor Lawrence or a Josh Allen or a Joe Burrow or the established quarterbacks in the league. He was a rookie last year that only played, the last half of the season. I guess I'm just a little surprised that you're not going to play him. Maybe they'll play him in week 2 or week 3, but I would think a situation like this with a team like New Orleans, you might want to play a young quarterback like that. But there are quarterbacks that are going to play. And keep an eye on this one, Jaguar fans. Remember, you open with Cleveland on September the 13th. Cleveland plays a preseason game on Saturday against Chicago. And do you know who's going to start that game for the Cleveland Browns at quarterback? Deshaun Watson is back in the National Football League, a once MVP caliber player with Houston, then unbelievable off the field stories, then back-to-back just brutal injuries. And now here we are in 2026, and Deshaun Watson will make a start. Quick, Jared, how old do you think Deshaun Watson is? I will tell you, this surprised me.
Is he only like 29?
He's 30.
Oh, my gosh.
He's 30 years old.
You shouldn't have given me the hit because I was going to say like 33.
Isn't it crazy, though? Deshaun Watson, everything that guy's been through, and he's 30 years old. It's not that old. Not that old at all. And we'll see what happens. Again, Shedeur Sanders, obviously, Dylan Gabriel. They both got playing time last year. But Deshaun Watson will get the start for Cleveland. And maybe he will get the start September 13th here in Jacksonville. We'll have to wait and see. All right. J.J. McCarthy lost the job in Minnesota to Kyler Murray. That was announced yesterday by Viking head coach Kevin O'Connell. McCarthy met the media today, said the decision was, quote, out of his control. I don't think this is going to end well. McCarthy seems like one of those guys that I just don't think that this is going to mesh. And he's been dealt a very bad hand. It wasn't J.J. McCarthy that jumped up and down and asked Minnesota to draft him. And in doing so, Minnesota then made the choice to get rid of Sam Darnold, who then, of course, went to Seattle to win a Super Bowl. None of that was J.J. McCarthy's doing. But he seems to be getting blamed for that part of it. Now, he's been injured. He did not play very well when he played last year. You could much more blame on him there than getting rid of Darnold and Darnold going on to win a Super Bowl. But what a tumultuous career for J.J. McCarthy, who's entering year 3 in the National Football League. Again, Kyler Murray is named the starter in Minnesota. And by the way, I think Kyler Murray is going to do pretty well. Kyler Murray was a good quarterback in Arizona. I mean, is he ever going to be an all-pro? I don't know about that. He's a Pro Bowl caliber player. But obviously some injuries. He's a little older now. We'll see in Kevin O'Connell's offense what Kyler Murray is able to do. Another quarterback competition in Atlanta. It was announced today that Tua will get the start Friday night for the Atlanta Falcons in their preseason opener. Again, Michael Penix still battling injuries from last season. People seem to forget that Tua went to Atlanta. I like the fit in Kevin Stefanski's offense. Now, Tua's had concussion problems, obviously. Not recently, but certainly they're a part of his career. Just poor performance is what got him out of Atlanta or Miami. He wasn't very good at the end of his Dolphin tenure. But there is talent there. And when you look at that Falcon offense, I mean, goodness gracious, when Bijan Robinson, Drake London, and Kyle Pitts, you could do a heck of a lot worse than that. Whoever the quarterback is in Atlanta has some decent talent to work with at the skill position. Denver is not going to play Bo Nix in their preseason opener, and I don't blame them. Remember, Bo Nix had an got injured at the end of last year, had surgery to clean it up. Remember, Jarrett Stidham started the AFC Championship game. It would be malpractice to put Bo Nix out there in the first preseason game. If I'm Sean Payton, why would you play Bo Nix at all in the preseason? I mean, the guy was one of the best quarterbacks in the league last year. I don't know what you gain by throwing him out there for a drive here or a drive there. But Bo Nix will not play. And then I thought this was interesting. Talk about a guy that just has a passion for football and just won't give up. You see Darren Waller is back in the National Football League. Darren Waller, who at a time was maybe the best tight end in football. Certainly one of the best fantasy football tight ends out there. He's only 33. Seems like he should be older. He signs a one-year deal today with the Carolina Panthers. We'll see if that materializes in anything, but kudos to Darren Waller for not giving up, still thinking he's got something left in the tank at 33 years of age. He signs with Carolina earlier today. More on the National Football League, back into the Jacksonville Jaguars, and former Jaguar linebacker Tom McManus joins us in less than 15 minutes We're glad you're with us on a Wednesday. It's Hacker After Dark.
Where electrifying moments come to life
Inside of a minute to play.
and legendary performances lead.
A monumental milestone in a legendary career.
1010XL, the power of Jacksonville Sports Radio.
This is Jeff Middlecoff with Cogent Bank. My associate Ryan Salem and I joined Cogent Bank because we wanted to revolutionize the mortgage business, just like Cogent Bank has revolutionized the banking business. So Ryan Salem and I are able to leverage the power and stability of Cogent Bank to go out and find our clients the best investors, the best products, and the best rates in the entire country for your particular mortgage loan. Of course, you don't have to be a customer at Cogent Bank to take advantage of our mortgage services to buy or refinance your home. We offer jumbo loans, VA, FHA, conventional, and investment loans. At Cogent Bank, we offer mortgages nationwide, so we can help you with a second home or help a family member who lives or is moving to another state. Call Ryan Salem or myself, Jeff Middlecoff, at Cogent Bank today, 904-442-9191, to see how we can help you with any of your mortgage loan needs, whatever or wherever they may be.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, Cogent Bank, NMLS ID 402296, Fine Salem, NMLS ID 1182429, Jeff Middlecoff, NMLS ID 249086.
Awaken 180 weight loss. Awaken 180 weight loss. Hacker here for the best weight loss program that I've ever been on. You know, I heard Greg talking about Awaken 180 earlier, and he's spot on. It's the coaching, man. It's the relationships. It's the fact that your Awaken 180 coach is with you every step of the way. A lot of these weight loss programs, they'll give you a book and just say, follow this. We'll talk to you in a month. Or they'll give you a pill, or better yet, they'll give you a syringe and say, hey, take this injection, check back with us in 6 weeks. Not Awaken 180. They meet with you. They guide you. They coach you. They give you knowledge. And as a result, the weight falls off. I'm down over 100 pounds from my all-time high, thanks to the great folks of Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Go to awaken180weightloss.com or call 844-346-1800 and do what I did. Get hooked up with Awaken 180 Weight Loss.
Rick Ballou here with a congratulations for John's Auto. They've been in business in Jacksonville for 40 years. That's right, going all the way back to 1985. Right now, they'd like to thank each and every one of you who's ever gotten their vehicle serviced at John's Auto. So, car, truck, or diesel, all makes, all models, whether it's a routine maintenance or a complete engine overhaul, go to John's Auto on Arlington Road, JohnAutomotiveJacks.com.
Hey everybody, it's Hacker. You think you're the best fantasy football player that listens to 1010XL? Well, now's your chance to prove it. Caller 4 right now, 904-641-1010, and you will get a spot in the HFL. Good luck, and I'll see you out at Twin Peaks on Thursday night, August the 20th.
Listen to whatever you like, whenever you want.
I like this.
1010XL on demand. Ad-free shows after the live shows end. Shuttled by Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic and Air Conditioning. Search where you find podcasts.
It all comes down to Daytona. The Coke Zero Sugar 400 returns at the Cup Series regular season finale, August 28th through 29th. Who has the most victories in the Coke Zero Sugar 400? Text the driver's last name only to 641-1010. Who has the most victories in the Coke Zero Sugar 400? Text the driver's last name only to 641-1010 for your chance to win a 4-pack of tickets and 4 Fan Zone VIP passes to the Coke Zero Sugar 400, August 29th.
23 years and still getting bigger. The Jacksonville Tattoo Convention is back August 21st through 23rd with hundreds of incredible tattoo artists tattooing all weekend long. Explore unique vendors and artisans. Check out Collector's Alley featuring Pokemon, trading cards, sports memorabilia, comics, toys, and more. It's family friendly, parking is free, and tickets are available at the door. Renaissance Resort at World Golf Village, one of Jacksonville's most unique weekends. Visit setattoo.com for more information.
I'm Frank Frangie, and I can tell you as Walk-Off Charities has grown, we now manage a large athletic facility with numerous fields, including the Bregan Baseball Complex. To get around, we needed a good, reliable golf cart. I went straight to Dynamic Drives and Design in Jacksonville. I met with Travis, told him exactly what our needs were. Would you believe before you knew it, the perfect cart was delivered to us at an incredible price? If you need a golf cart, Travis and his team are the go-to. Learn more about them at dynamicdrivesdesign.com.
We have bigger rolls of carpet, hardwood too, laminates, hot area rocks for you. At the Carpet Man, at the Carpet Man.
Our prices are low, 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 low.
At the Carpet Man, at the Carpet Man.
Don't delay, we'll put it in next day.
At the Carpet Man, at the Carpet Man. Y'all come see us now, you hear? At the Carpet Man, at the Carpet Man.
Visit one of our mega flooring stores or go to carpetman.biz or
call 838-6705. The Carpet Man.
In the game of vehicle performance and reliability, Atlantic Infiniti is always the top pick. This is Hayes Carlion. Did you know that every certified pre-owned Infiniti is inspected, factory backed, with a limited warranty, and gets the same championship level service as a brand new Infiniti? Every mile will feel like first class. Check out their full certified inventory now at AtlanticInfiniti.com or visit Atlantic Infiniti off Atlantic near St. John's Bluff.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. This is Hacker After Dark on 1010XL.
Another member of the HFL. Say Greg is in. Greg, you're the man. I believe Greg is number 14. And we have 16 spots. I got to do an assessment of where we are. You know why I know the HFL might never go away? And we've done it for like 15 different years. Because I still get texts from people from like a decade ago saying, hey, Hacker, you got any more spots in the HFL? Or a guy from 7 years ago, hey, man, how you doing? I'm good. Hey, it's been 7 years since we talked, but about that HFL spot. No, you know, I enjoy the conversation. That means people like it. That means people remember it, and it's all the point. It's a fun deal. But 14 out of the 16, I believe, have been taken. And we'll probably give one more away tomorrow, and then we'll kind of see where we are. Tom McManus, former Jaguar linebacker. You hear him every day on Helmets and Heels. Joins me coming up next. Jared, you don't know the story with me and Tommy. Tom McManus and I used to do a show here with Mike Dempsey right when 1010 started. Literally when we started. 2007. It was called The Rumble. And I'm 42 now. I was 24 when I was on that show every day. It was a very interesting point in my life. Hanging out with a guy that I used to watch with the Jaguars, hanging out with Dempsey. So Tommy and I go way, way back. Always enjoy the conversation with him, and he joins us coming up here in less than 10 minutes. Quickly, we don't talk, well, I shouldn't even say that. That wouldn't even do it justice. We talk very, very, very little baseball. I am a baseball fan to an extent. By no means am I a diehard. We have diehards on the radio station. We have a lot of them. You could start in the morning with Hicken and Prosser. They're both diehards. Dempsey's a big baseball guy. Fat Tony. Obviously, Frangie, Ballou. Coward. There's a ton of baseball fans. Taylor Dahl. Ton of baseball fans on our radio station. So, point being, if you want your baseball fix, there are probably better shows for you to listen to than mine. But what I will tell you is this. I'm not sure the Tampa Bay Rays are ever going to lose again. They've won 9 in a row. They're 74-46. And they're currently tied for the best record in all of Major League Baseball. The Tampa Bay Rays, yes, Tropicana Field, those Tampa Bay Rays are 74-46 and tied for the best record in the major leagues. They're 6.5 clear of the Yankees. They're 9.5 clear of the Red Sox. I mean, at this point, Tampa could coast to a playoff spot. I believe they're in the playoffs by well over 10 games right now. Barring something very, very strange, they're going to win the American League East. Now, who knows what's going to happen in the postseason? Obviously, That'll tell the tale. But good grief, man. In a day and age in baseball where we thought the Dodgers were taking over because they're getting this guy and that guy, and you can say the same thing about the Yankees, and the small market teams just can't compete. You look at Tampa as a prime example, pretty much year in and year out, right? They're never really bad, but this year they're incredible. And I actually thought, because I was up in New England right after the All-Star break when the Red Sox swept them 4 in a row. It was right after the All-Star break, the first 4 games. And I'm sitting there thinking, all right, this is it for the Rays. Go to Fenway, lose 4 straight. The Yankees are within a game and a half of you. This is it. And all they've done since then is they're in the midst of a 9-game winning streak. I bet you they've won probably something like 17 of their last 20 or 21 games. 74-46. And by the way, they're tied for the best record in Major League Baseball. And technically, actually, you know what? Milwaukee lost today. So the Rays have the best record in Major League Baseball by a half game. Milwaukee 74-47. The Rays 74-46. By the way, the other division leaders in the American League, really quickly, the Chicago White Sox have 61 wins. The Houston Astros have 62 wins. The Tampa Bay Rays have 74 wins. Unbelievable job by everybody with that Rays organization. Back into the National Football League, back into the Jacksonville Jaguars. Let's talk training camp. Let's talk joint practice. Let's talk game on Saturday with the Saints. Let's do it with the original 55 of the Jacksonville Jaguars. My friend Tom McManus joins us next here on Hacker After Dark.
Chase Elliott through the dog leg.
Hey, I'm Chase Elliott, driver of the number 9 Napa Chevrolet.
Elliott's going to win at Talladega.
And you're listening to 1010XL Jack Sports Radio.
We've all seen great overtime games and thrilling finishes, but when it comes to having a big time, knowing when to say when is key. Budweiser reminds you to win the day and night by designating a driver. That's a victory every time.
Hello, all you Jacksonville sports fans. Don here from Taco Lou. If you're in the mood for some great tacos, cold Dos Equis, maybe even a sip of some fine tequila, then the Lou is calling your name. Come out to Jack's Beach and experience what many have dubbed the #1 taco in the 904. There are plenty of great taco joints in town, and we're proud to have been around for this long, and we have only you, the fine people of Jacksonville, to thank for helping us grow and become who we are today. Cheers to you, Jacksonville, and thank you from the Lou crew. Taco Lou in Jacksonville Beach.
WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
If you've been dealing with backups, strange smells, or soggy spots in the yard, your septic system is trying to tell you something. This month, save $500 on a new septic system installation from Rooter. As the only master septic contractor in Northeast Florida, we'll handle everything, from the required permits and inspections to the complete installation. Stop hoping. Start fresh. When you're stuck, call the Duck. 904-862-6769 or duckduckrooter.com. Financing is available.
When you're experiencing sudden, unexpected dental pain, the last thing you want to hear is that your dentist can't see you until next week. That's why I'm so glad I found Harbor Dental Care. Whenever I call, they always find a way to see me within 24 hours, and they can usually fix whatever's wrong the same day. Plus, they have locations throughout Jacksonville, so no matter what side of town I'm on, I can always count on the same great care. If you want to find a dentist who believes in treating people right, learn more at harbordental.care. That's HARBOUR dental.care.
Jeff Prosser here for Julington Creek Pest Control. Is your lawn struggling this summer? Brown spots, insects, weeds, lawn disease. They can quickly take over when your lawn isn't getting the right care. Julington Creek Pest Control provides a complete lawn care program featuring premium granular fertilizer, not cheap liquid shortcuts, plus general pest and termite protection. Give your lawn the care it deserves. Julington Creek Pest Control. Our family serving yours since 1984.
The kids are back to school, and it's finally time to upgrade your outdoor living space.
At Lifetime Enclosures, save big on beautiful glass enclosures, screen enclosures, outdoor kitchens, pergolas, and more.
Stop in and save with our exclusive showroom specials on the outdoor space you've always wanted. Create the perfect place for family dinners, game days, and year-round enjoyment.
Don't wait. Save today. Visit lifetimeenclosures.com to schedule your free consultation. Lifetime Enclosures, bringing affordable luxury home.
Lifetime Enclosures.
Hurricane season is here, and now is the time to make sure your property is ready. Weak, damaged, or overgrown trees can become a serious hazard when storms move in. Trust the experts at Lucas Tree Service with over 45 years of experience for professional tree trimming, removal, and storm preparation. Don't wait until a storm is on its way. Schedule your tree assessment today at lucastreeservice.com.
Hey friends, Jason Parker here with Performance Painting. Have you ever stored a gallon of leftover paint, opened the can years later, and it's rusty, crusty, and unusable? Next time, secure the lid tightly to ensure no leaks and store the can upside down. Oxygen can't get to it, therefore no rust and no crust. If you'd like more tips or have a question about a project, we'd love to help. Go to performance-painting.com. Performance Painting. Prepare, protect, preserve.
Performance Painting.
I'm Matt Lennon with AB Signs. Your truck, trailer, or storefront should be your best salesperson. So I create custom signs and graphics that get your business noticed. Local, fast, and built to last. Call AB Signs and make your brand stand out.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. Here's another call on the 1010XL hotline, driven by Key Buick GMC, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
Back here on 1010XL at 92.5 FM in the city of Jacksonville, your home for the Jacksonville Jaguars, and we are glad you are with us. 2 weeks into training camp, the Jaguars travel to New Orleans for a joint practice tomorrow, and then the first preseason game on Saturday. Let's talk about expectations for New Orleans. Let's also look back on the first 2 weeks of training camp with the original 55 of the Jacksonville Jaguars, my buddy Tom McManus. You hear him every day on Helmets and Heels, and Tommy's always kind enough to join us here on Hacker After Dark. Tommy, how we doing, bud?
I'm doing great, Hack. Good to be with you, my friend.
Hey, Tom, we always appreciate the time. All right, we'll dive in individually in a moment, but from a mile-high view, 2 weeks into training camp, your thoughts on the training camp thus far here in Jacksonville?
Yeah, I think it's been a great camp. I mean, they've been physical from the start, even when they weren't even in any pads at all, and it continued on. I mean, every time they lined up, it felt like that, that front line was going at it pretty good. Granted, they're not tackling to the ground, but the initial thud has been pretty impressive. Very competitive. You can tell they've been working on the run game a ton, trying to figure that out with a beat-up offensive line. And you can tell the passing game just really felt like the past couple of days really started clicking, for an entire practice and not just spurts here and there. So overall, Hack, I think it's been a really good camp.
Tom, we'll get to the offense in a moment, but I obviously want to begin with your bread and butter, the defense. You as a former Jaguar linebacker, clearly one of the biggest competitions in camp is Ventrell Miller versus Branson Combs in that spot to replace Devin Lloyd. What have you made of Miller versus Combs thus far?
Yeah, I think it's pretty close. I think they're neck and neck. I really like the way that Branson Combs rushes the passer. I've been watching him, especially the last time out. He did a really good job against tight ends on the outside and coming up the middle against running backs. He can really run. He can really cover. I want to see him more in the run game. I think, when Liam says the starters aren't going to play, I would want those two guys to play. You know what I mean? They're in a heated battle. I want to see more of it. I will say this, whoever wins that job, Hack, the other guy is going to play a lot of football. I mean, they're going to be I don't think you're going to be able to take Branson off the field at certain times because he really can cover. He may be their best cover linebacker, to be honest with you. And he's a big kid. He can really run, really athletic kid. So, yeah, overall, I think it's tight. I want to see him in live action because I think that's where, they'll separate. Who makes most of the plays when it's real. You know, thud is thud. It's important. Don't get me wrong. It's good, but it's not real game speed. Who makes those plays in real game speed will separate the two. But at the end of the day, they're both going to be pretty big, important pieces to the Jacksonville defense this year.
Former Jaguar linebacker Tom McManus with us here on Hacker After Dark. Tommy, we spend so much time on Miller versus Combs. Let's look at the other two starting linebackers, the veterans of this defense with Foye Oluokun and Dennis Gardeck. Do you like how things are shaping up there?
Yeah. I mean, look, I think Dennis Gardeck has cemented the Sam position in base. He'll be a heavy special teamer, and then we got to see what he can do, you know, coming off the edge and nickel and dime. You know, I think he can. I think he can get to the QB. I think he's going to be a nice change of pace pass rusher for, you know, for the defense, for Campanelli's defense. Look, and the Sam backer and base, they're perfect for coming off the edge. You know, I think of Sam backers, I think of Kevin Hardy, who could rush the passer, who could cover the tight end, and who could be stout at the point of attack against the run. I think Gardeck, aside from the coverage, I don't know if he covers as good as we need him to, but I know against the run and moving forward against the pass, getting to the QB, he's really good at. Foye's, look, I expect Foye to have a big year. I can't say that he's jumped out of practice where he's just, you know, making plays all over the place. But at the same time, we know he's a veteran that gets the job done. So they've given him some drills off, some reps off here and there. But I expect Foye Oluokun to have a big year.
Tommy, back in your day, you guys had the benefit of Tony Brackens, Joel Schminge, Clyde Simmons, a lot of guys that would get to the quarterback. And certainly now, Trayvon Walker and Hines Allen fit that bill, but you need that third guy. And we've been wondering, you know, is it B.J. Green? Is it Strigow? Is it the rookies, either Williams or Durfee? I think all four guys have done some nice things, but it does appear right now that maybe B.J. Green is starting to establish himself as that third edge.
Yeah, and I throw Lageman into there. He was very helpful at defensive end, and not just against the run, but hitting the QB. Yeah, I think B.J. Green II is the leader for the third rusher. I'm leaving Gardeck out of it for right now, but I think when you talk about, you know, the next defensive end / outside, you know, pass rusher, I think that B.J. Green II has really stood out. He's got natural lean, he's got natural dip and bend, and he's got that speed, that closing speed. I'm looking forward. I'm assuming he's going to play a lot. Maybe he won't. It depends how practice goes. But I'd like to see him out there going against whoever it is, second team. It doesn't matter. And then I think the next guy in line is Zach Durfee. I think he's shown that he's got some really impressive athleticism for a big DN or outside backer. They got him playing wing on punt coverage, so the guy can run. He's a pretty big guy, and he's got some natural pass rushing abilities too. So if I had to rank those guys, it would go B.J. Green II, then Zach Durfee, with the caveat being Dennis Gardeck in there somewhere.
Couple of more for former Jaguar linebacker Tom McManus. Tommy, interior of that defensive line, Armstead and Hamilton, the veterans, a couple of young guys with Arroyo and Regis. You also have a guy in Matt Dickerson who did some really nice things last year. There have been some talk about the interior D-line. Are you comfortable with where they are right now?
I am if Armstead stays healthy. Yeah, I mean, and I like the guys. I just want to see more out of Regis. I want to see more out of Arroyo. I'm not surprised he's third on the depth chart behind Dickerson, because Dickerson, he's just a high motor guy all the time. You know, he doesn't, even in practice, it feels like he doesn't relent, you know, he doesn't let up at all. And I think that's shown. I mean, look, that's how he got onto the active roster last year, right? Because he was such a pain in the ass on practice squad. They had to move him up. So he's earned snaps. He's got a new contract. But even still, I don't know if he brings the juice inside that you need, you know, for the pass rush. I do think Regis has come on as of late. He's shown that he's got some ability on the inside. But again, I want to see him this weekend as well. One good thing about the starters not playing, Hack, is the guys vying for backups and playing time. This is their shot. This is a shot. Like, you're going to get some reps tomorrow in practice. We'll see how many, but come game time, man, this is your chance to really shine and show this organization that they need you on this team.
Tommy, when you look at the secondary, right, Travis Hunter is the big story. They re-signed Buster Brown, Jarian Jones, and Jordan Lewis. I'll be honest with you, man. On paper, that's a pretty good foursome at corner, is it not?
Yeah, very much so. They've been sticky in practice. I tell you, I think you were too. We were shocked that Travis got beat by P-Wash down the sideline. And the other day, was it yesterday? It was yesterday. Guys are going to get beat. That happens. But no, man, I think our secondary's strong. I like our safeties too. I think Eric Murray's had a great camp. I love Antonio Johnson. And those four guys you mentioned, they can cover. They can cover. I think with Buster, you got to make sure that, he's protected deep. You got a safety over the top to help him out. Everything else, I got no issue with. The other guys, I feel great about. I think Jarian's had a great camp. To me, he could play corner if needed. Of course, Travis is special, and then Lewis. It's good to see him back out there making plays. He's a fiery guy too, man. I tell you what, they got some swag on that D. There's no question about it.
I want to ask you about the joint practice and the game on Saturday as we wrap up. Again, former Jaguar linebacker Tom McManus here with us. Quickly, Tommy, a thought on the offense. Obviously, it's all about Trevor. People love the passing attack. Parker Washington. What has stood out to you about the offense so far in camp?
Well, the O-line being banged up is one. That sucks. You want all your guys out there. So that's been noticeable. I think with Milam and Monheim, the amount of time they've been getting has been interesting on the right side of that line. I think overall the offense, look, we don't know about the running game yet. I mean, look, Chris Rodriguez Jr. looks like an absolute bruiser. There's no doubt. But nobody's full speed yet. You know what I mean? And like game speed. So I want to see that. I want to see him out of the backfield too, see what he can do there. But I think for me, I just want to hear they go out to New Orleans and Trevor lights it up. That's what I want to hear. I want to hear that he was on fire like he was the other day. Made a couple mistakes here and there, but overall on Sunday, I thought it was his best day of camp. I thought the one-on-ones team, I know he threw the pick to Eric Murray in the red zone, but overall he had a really, really good day, throwing it on time, throwing it in the right spot, putting it in a place where his receivers can catch the ball without having to contort their body too much. So I've been okay with the offense because I feel confident in Liam and I feel confident in Trevor and company. But at the same time, I can't say that aside from Sunday that I've walked away from practice going, wow, we really lit up our defense. I think it's been a pretty even matched camp as far as that goes. But I'm expecting the offense to be like they were the last 8 games of the year last year at, that high 20s, 30 points, and let our defense, take them down to 20. So win 30-20 every game and you'll be good.
Tom, as we I would take 30-20 in a heartbeat. There's no doubt. And as we wrap up, I mean, look, you did a lot of joint practices in your day. You obviously played in a ton of preseason games. It does appear that NFL organizations seem to value the joint practice idea more than the actual preseason game. In fact, Jacksonville has 4 joint practice sessions, 1 with New Orleans, 1 with Carolina, and 2 with Tampa Bay. Tommy, what's the biggest difference between a joint practice and an actual preseason game?
Well, I think in theory, you can control the physicality. But in reality, you can't, because all it takes is a little extra hit, a little extra mustard on a hit, a little extra push, and next thing you know, it's go time, and it gets amped up. So I think that's the idea. Hey, let's keep our starters out of the game for risk of injury, and we can control it. Like nobody's going to hit the QB. We're going to worry about that. We're not tackling to the ground, But at the same time, that doesn't mean you can stop injuries. And knock on wood, we don't want anybody to get injured out there. But the speed will crank up. It's like, look, it's I always viewed football as like a football game, practice, scrimmage. It's like a fight, like it's a rumble. It's a fist fight. It's you and your boys going against the enemy. So it's ramped up even more when it's in these kind of practices. So I would expect some, some good stuff. You know, a little fight here and there, as long as nobody gets hurt, it's okay by me. You know, bring in that swagger to New Orleans and back it up. And you know, let's go show New Orleans what we're made of. And I do think it's important to win on Thursday in practice.
Of course, you hear Tom McManus every day on Helmets and Heels. Tommy, you're all over the place, man. Where else can people find you? I know you're doing daily podcasts as well that are available on the 1010XL social media platforms.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Zach. So catching up with Tommy Mack Mondays and Fridays. I do it all year round. Once the season starts, I'll break down the game that was, and I'll look forward to the game that's upcoming. And I got a new show coming out called Down at the Pub with Tommy Mack. We start in September, Monday night, 7 p.m. Be filming before a live audience at Lynch's Irish Pub in Jags Beach. And it'll be a Jaguar celebrity themed show. So all my guests will be celebrities from the Jags. Should be good.
The original 55 of the Jacksonville Jaguars, my buddy Tom McManus. Tommy, I know you're busy. Thank you for the time. We'll do it again soon, pal.
Thanks, Zach. Appreciate you, man.
1010XL.
One game.
1010XL.
And we shut them down because we can.
1010XL.
This is your time.
1010XL.
I'm local attorney Rick Alexander. In my 30 years practicing law, I've learned you never want to choose money over health. It's always a bad deal. Unfortunately, when someone screws up and you get hurt, that choice is gone. Your only choice is whether you face the future with a lawyer or without one. If you're hurt because somebody screwed up, call me at the practice. The Alexander Law Practice, 904-460-600 or alexanderlawpractice.com, Jacksonville.
Are you looking for a place to outfit your truck or van? It's Catlin Truck Accessories. For 105 years and 4 generations, Catlin is the name you can count on. This is Keith Catlin, and we know trucks and vans too, from Lear toppers, ladder racks, van shelving, strobe lighting, roll and lock bed covers, and everything in between. If you want quality products and great customer service, there's only one name. It's Catlin.
Who can you count on? Count on Catlin.
For 105 years, you can count on Catlin.
Go! It's like grabbing a seat around Jacksonville's Friday night campfire.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, Friday Night Lights.
With Hacker and Trent Osborne.
Presented by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic and Air Conditioning on 1010XL.
Jake from State Farm. I just beat my running PR, so I'm celebrating with the Banana Bonanza smoothie.
Hey, and you can keep celebrating when you create an affordable price just for you by bundling your home and auto with the State Farm Personal Price Plan. Go bananas.
I will. Hey, make it a large.
Bundling, just another way to save with the Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
Attention skilled electricians. Are you undervalued at your current company? Time to step up to the bigger projects and better opportunities. Join the team at Miller Electric Company, a trusted name in the industry for over 96 years. At Miller, we tackle the biggest projects in the city, offering not just a job, but an experienced, top-notch pay, unbeatable benefits, and the best working environments in the business. Please join the team that values your skills and rewards your hard work. Elevate your career to new heights. Apply today at millercareers.com, an equal opportunity employer.
Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you.
Instant Keys saves the day if you have lost or broken keys. They can program new keys and remotes for nearly every make and model of vehicle at a fraction of the dealership cost. Fast, honest, and reliable locksmith service. Call 722-1111.
Instant Keys. Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you.
Come to Monahan Jewelers store-wide 40 to 50% off sale going on now for a very limited time. Everything on display is 40 to 50% off at Monahan Jewelers. We've bought so much brand new jewelry, we need to make room for it. Diamond jewelry, engagement semi-mounts, colored gemstones, even gold chains. Right now, everything on display at Monahan Jewelers is 40 to 50% off. Jewelry's going quick, so come to Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach.
What is the most densely populated urban area on Earth? The answer next.
For over 20 years, Southern Oak Insurance has given Floridians a better alternative to their current homeowner's policy. See what you can get with Southern Oak. Log on to southernoak.com.
Our family protecting yours. Southern Oak Insurance.
According to the United Nations, the capital of Indonesia, Jakarta, is home to 42 million people.
Southern Oak Insurance, our family protecting yours.
David Garrard here. Playing in the NFL can put a lot of wear and tear on your body, especially your knees. Southeast Orthopedic Specialist has kept me mobile and ready to tackle every day.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
This is former NFL quarterback David Garrard. If your knees have taken a beating and you're finally ready to do something about it, then let Southeast Orthopedic take a look. Come on, do your knees a favor.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. This is Hacker After Dark on 1010XL.
Thank you to my friend Tom McManus for joining us tonight here on Hacker After Dark. That Tom McManus interview is your cornerstone interior solutions interview of the evening. Look, if your air conditioner is working overtime every summer, your insulation may be the problem. Homeowners and builders across Northeast Florida are calling my friends at Cornerstone Interior Solutions to upgrade to spray foam insulation. Spray foam seals homes, crawl spaces, garages, and more, locking in the cool air and blocking out heat. So your home stays cooler, your system runs easier, and your energy bills, they stay under control. Give my friends at Cornerstone Interior Solutions a phone call, 904-540-4572, or visit their website, cornerstoneinteriorsolutions.com, and tell Jared and the great folks over there at Cornerstone that Hacker sent you from Hacker After Dark. Tom McManus, former Jaguar perspective. Let's get a current Jaguar perspective on the joint practice tomorrow in New Orleans and the game on Saturday against the Saints. Jaguar D lineman Devon Hamilton caught up with me earlier on. Here is that conversation on Hacker After Dark. Jaguars wrapping up another practice at the Miller Electric Center. We got Jaguar D lineman Devon Hamilton with us here on 1010XL. Devon, how'd it go out there today?
It was good. It was a solid day. Solid day of improvement and growth today.
When you put on the full pads 2 days before a joint practice, what were you hoping to accomplish out here, not only individually but as a team?
I mean, ultimately it's about getting better every day. I mean, it's still camp regardless if we go into joint practice next week or, whatever is going on. But, I mean, we're still just trying to get better, trying to improve our technique.
There was once upon a time you were the young guy in the room. Now all of a sudden you're one of the veterans here, a lot of young guys on the D-line. Do you sense more of a leadership role on this team now for yourself?
For sure. I mean, it still feels like, this is probably my second or third year. It feels super young, but then you look at it like, dang, these kids are the 2000s, 2004 or something, whatever. I'm like, dang, I am kind of old now. But it's very cool. We got some good young guys in there that's really willing to learn and listen and, absorb whatever we have to tell them. So it's pretty cool.
You talked to former players, analysts about the Jaguar defense last year. They singled out you, saying maybe playing some of your best football of your career. Did you sense that last year? Did you kind of get back to where you were once upon a time?
Man, I'm just trying to go out here, do what I do, man. I'm not really worried about whether it's my best year or whatever, and I'm just trying to help my team win.
When you get Anthony Campanile back for year number 2, what did that mean for this defense to get your DC back?
I mean, it meant a lot. I mean, we don't have to learn a whole new defense anymore. I mean, we just improving upon what we already learned and what we can get better, and kind of helps us in the end of the day kind of figure out what our weaknesses were, how we can combat them.
What do you see out of some of these young guys, Aroa, Regis, guys on the interior D-line? How are the young guys performing?
They're doing well. And like I said, they were absorbing all the information we have to tell them. They're very coachable, and they really play hard. So you can't beat that.
Joint practice in New Orleans on Thursday. Biggest difference, joint practice compared to a preseason game. A lot of teams are going to these joint practices. As a veteran, what's the biggest difference?
I don't really know. I mean, it's still competition. It's nice because you get to go against somebody other than your team. But, I mean, I don't really know the difference between them two.
You looking forward to putting some pads on ETN on Thursday?
Absolutely. I'm going to hug him up. It's all right. But, yeah, I'm excited to see him, though.
As we wrap up, you do get to hit somebody else. What's it like? I mean, OTAs, mini camp, 2 weeks of training camp. You finally get to play another team. I imagine it's got to be pretty exciting.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, like I said, we love our guys. You know, they give us great looks, and we go against each other real competitive and whatnot. But going against a different team, you don't really know exactly what they're going to do or how things don't work out. I mean, that kind of helps us be more reactive and attack our technique a little bit more.
Leave us with this. Liam Cohen has been public about saying there was meat on the bone left last year. Trevor, some other veterans have said the same thing. Has that been kind of a motivating factor for you guys to get back to where you were last year?
Forget getting back. We try to get better. So that's my headspace on it.
Devon Hamilton, appreciate it.
No problem.
It's full throttle on the straightaway.
3 wide for the lead. 1 lap to go.
This Saturday at Martinsville.
Checkered flag is in the air.
NASCAR is revved up by the Plumbers and Pipe Fitters Local Union 234 and 1010XL.
Hey, Hicken here. I couldn't be any happier than to join the George Moore Chevrolet family. When I say family, I mean it. Visit their beautiful showroom today off Atlantic Boulevard. Find out exactly what I'm talking about. No pressure, just friendly help. And whether you want a car, a truck, SUV, electric, pre-owned, you name it, George Moore Chevrolet has it. And if you can't make it over to Atlantic Boulevard, no problem. MooreChevy.com is easy to navigate as any site you will try. It's never been more easy to use. George Moore Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Hi, I'm Mac with Baker Glass. If you've got fogged up windows, let me help. We'll replace them with clear, insulated units that brighten up your home. People say we're fast, friendly, and reliable. Just check out our Google reviews. Call me today. Baker Glass. No one treats you better.
Bueller. Stay cooler with Bueller.
Hey, pal. Hey, Jason. I'm glad your technician can come look at my air conditioner on Monday. You guys were crazy busy.
Mondays are always crazy. What happened?
Oh, stupid AC started making a funny noise Friday night, so I had to put up with it all weekend before I could call you Monday morning.
Why didn't you call on Saturday or Sunday?
What? And leave a message for who knows when?
We answer the phone all weekend, and we can have a crew dispatched right away.
You can?
We have expert crews on call all weekend long. And if they're on call, they'd actually like to work.
You mean I could have called on Friday and had it fixed on Saturday?
Or called on Sunday and had it fixed on Sunday.
For the same price as always?
Same as Monday to Friday. We have the same world-class service at the same prices 7 days a week.
Really?
If you call on the weekend, your problem gets fixed on the weekend.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
Hey, Jacksonville, it's Fred Taylor. If you've been in an auto accident, you need a team who knows how to get you back on your feet and back to your life. At North Florida Medical Center, they don't just treat the injury, they treat the whole person, from physical therapy to pain management. North Florida Medical Center has a team of experts ready to help you heal and recover. I trust the team here at North Florida Medical Center, and you can too. So don't wait. Call North Florida Medical Center and get the care you deserve.
Longer days, warmer nights, and a backyard that brings everyone together. Spring and summer in Florida means pool days, backyard barbecues, and night swims under the stars. Hicken here. For nearly 50 years, Surfside Pools have been creating the backdrops for life's best memories. From weekly service and repairs to remodels, commercial maintenance, and new pool construction, Surfside does it all. Ready to float happy? SurfsidePools.net or call 904-246-2666. Surfside Pools. Summer starts here. License number CPC 044080.
Lauren Brooks here. Game days are back in Duval, and Closets by Design is ready to make your home a championship space. That's right, Closets by Design does way more than custom closets. They can transform your man cave to wow your friends when they come over to watch the Teal and Black. Schedule a free in-home consultation or schedule a tour of their amazing showroom on Phillips Highway by calling 904-878-9393. Plus, get 40% off, an extra 15% off, and free installation. ClotsByDesign.com.
Hey, Hicken here. You know I've been using Zero Res for years now. Heck, I used a couple other guys way back when, even tried to do the do-it-yourself cleaning. I learned real quick, that ain't for us. With Zero Res, you get the Zero Residue Carpet Cleaner. Leaves your carpets truly clean with no dirt-attracting soaps or harsh chemicals. Right now, call for the back-to-school promotion. Book 2 rooms of carpet cleaning for $149, get 2 rooms free. Call 287-5727 or visit ZeroResJacksonville.com and ask for the 1010XL back-to-school special.
Zero Res.
Transmission problems? Call Action Transmission Specialist. I'm Robin, the owner. My team provides expert service, done right the first time on all makes and models, plus a nationwide after warranty for total peace of mind. Action Transmission on Merrill Road. Get traction, call Action.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. Now, the Monahan's golden moment. Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach, your local family jewelers.
Yeah, the golden moment, clearly tomorrow, will be reaction to the Jaguars and the Saints. Joint practice tomorrow against New Orleans. And then, of course, the game on Saturday, 4 o'clock. You'll hear it right here on 1010XL. As far as tonight, in previewing tomorrow's joint practice, look, I want Trevor Lawrence in this passing game to go out there and flourish. I mean, we spent so much time talking about Brian Thomas Jr. and Jacoby Myers and Parker Washington and Brenton Strange and Travis Hunter, and with good reason, because they have looked fantastic. But now you get to do it against another team, and a New Orleans team, mind you, that is not exactly a top-tier level team in the NFL. They're improving. They're getting better, but if you were to rank 1 to 32, I mean, the Saints are probably in the mid to low 20s of the 32. So this is an opportunity for the starters tomorrow and for the backup players on Saturday to basically establish dominance, if you will, for lack of better terminology, against another NFL opponent. Looking forward to recapping it tomorrow. Now, from the New Orleans side of things, my guy in New Orleans is Fletcher Mackel. He is the sports director of the NBC affiliate WDSU up there in New Orleans in the Big Easy. And we're going to get Fletcher on to give us the New Orleans Saints side of this, the joint practice tomorrow, the game on Saturday. And by the way, we're going to see our old friend Travis Etienne, right? Not Etienne anymore, Travis Etienne. That'll look weird seeing him competing against the Jaguars in that joint practice tomorrow. But let's talk about how New Orleans is going to handle this. Fletcher Mackel out in New Orleans joins me next on a Wednesday night in Northeast Florida with you till 10 o'clock, Jacksonville. We're glad you're with us. It's Hacker After Dark.
Live streaming from the XL Digital Studios. Brightened by Harbor Dental Care, Jacksonville's first choice for dental emergencies.
If you are an experienced electrician looking for your next big opportunity, look no further than the Miller Electric Company, a trusted name in the industry for over 96 years. At Miller Electric, we tackle the biggest projects in the city, offering you the chance to showcase your skills on a grand scale. We believe in rewarding hard work with the best pay, top-notch benefits, and an unbeatable culture where people actually care about each other. Take your career to new heights with Miller Electric Company. Apply today at millercareers.com. Miller Electric, an equal opportunity employer.
Jacksonville's been wonderful to Beards and my family.
Meet John and Van Lupo, first and second generation owners at Beards Diamonds.
We're always looking to make the shopping experience better for the consumer and grow with Jacksonville.
We're here to do whatever we can to make people happy. We want them to feel comfortable with their purchase.
Beards Diamonds, not another corporate chain jewelry store. A Jacksonville original with non-commissioned experts to guide you, educate you, and help you celebrate those milestones.
We get to be with people in the most important decisions in their life. So it's a wonderful feeling at the end of the day.
So if you're getting engaged, celebrating a special anniversary, or looking for that perfect gift, relax and enjoy the experience at Beards, knowing you are guaranteed the best price, the best value, the best warranties, and the best experience in the jewelry industry.
There's no competition that we can't compete with or beat.
Beards Diamonds, happy to be here for 45 years and counting. In the St. John's Town Center and online at beardsdiamonds.com.
I'm Frank Frangie, and I can tell you as Walk-Off Charities has grown, we now manage a large athletic facility with numerous fields, including the Bregan Baseball Complex. To get around, we needed a good, reliable golf cart. I went straight to Dynamic Drives and Design in Jack's Peak. I met with Travis, told him exactly what our needs were. Would you believe before you knew it, the perfect cart was delivered to us at an incredible price? If you need a golf cart, Travis and his team are the go-to. Learn more about them at dynamicdrivesdesign.com.
Jaguars fans, grab your passport. Open and fund a new Everbank Performance account for your chance to win the Everbank London Getaway Experience. One winner gets round-trip airfare for two, 4 nights hotel, and 2 tickets to the Jags game in London this October. Start your journey today at everbank.com/London. No purchase necessary to enter or win. Open to legal residents of the 50 United States and D.C. 18 and older. Entry period from 6/29 to 8/27/26. Get official rules and details at everbank.com/London Rules. Sponsor and administrator, Everbank N.A. Member FDIC.
I'm Alan Tyre with Trustline Mortgage. My business partners Bill Pappas and Ken Rimley want to thank all of our clients, CPAs, attorneys, bankers, and real estate agents who refer us business every day. If you're ready to purchase, build, or refinance your home, call Trustline Mortgage, your hometown mortgage source since 1989. Call us today at 904-381-LOAN, TrustlineMortgage.com. Trust your instincts and follow the line to Trustline Mortgage.
Trustline Mortgage, NMLS 331480. Alan Tyre, NMLS 246490. Bill Pappas, NMLS 218443. Ken Remley, NMLS 246445.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. Here's another call on the 1010XL hotline, driven by Key Buick GMC, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
Back here on 1010XL at 92.5 FM in the city of Jacksonville, your home for the Jacksonville Jaguars, and we are glad you are with us. The Jaguars and the Saints, Saturday, 4 o'clock in the preseason opener. Of course, you'll hear that game right here on 1010XL. Before that, a joint practice between Jacksonville and New Orleans comes up on Thursday. We've talked about this from the Jaguar side of things. Let's go out to the Bayou. Our guy in the Big Easy is Fletcher Mackel. He is a sports director of WDSU Television in New Orleans, and Fletcher's always kind enough to join us here on 1010XL. Fletcher, how you doing?
I am doing well. Thanks for having me once again.
Hey, Fletcher, we appreciate it. Yeah, we had you on about a month ago prior to training camp. And boy, at that point, obviously a lot of optimism. There were some questions about Alvin Kamara. We now have clarity on that. Let's begin there. A brand new contract for Kamara. It appears that he's, I guess, bought into the idea of he and ETN sharing the backfield, correct?
Yeah, 100%. And look, that was the big question. Alvin Kamara had to take a pay cut, and he had to accept a reduced role. And I think that those were the hard conversations. And look, Saints general manager Mickey Loomis, head coach Kellen Moore talked about it, that they need transparency, and they want these guys to understand what their roles are. And so all offseason, I think they knew this was coming, and it came, and it worked out in a way that the player and the team are both okay with. But make no mistake, Alvin Kamara took a pay cut, and his role will be not as a co-running back with Travis Etienne, but in an ancillary role to him. And again, look, that's great for the Saints. Alvin Kamara, once upon a time, was one of the most dynamic, multi-faceted backs in the league, receiving, rushing. If he's your backup and he's now back to kind of what he did his rookie year with Mark Ingram, that's a great thing for the Saints if he's still got some tread on the tires. So they rectified that situation, and they are moving forward.
Obviously, Travis Etienne was a fan favorite here in Jacksonville for the last 5 years, had a terrific year last year. He moved on to New Orleans in free agency. Fletcher, how has he looked the first couple of weeks of camp?
So he's looked great. I mean, he's looked great all offseason. He's been here, has not missed one practice, one OTA, one mini camp practice. He is bought in, and I think that's what they love. He's home. He feels like he's in the prime of his career, and they're going to lean on him in a big way. But he's looked really good. And so hopefully he'll stay healthy. And look, year 2 of Kellen Moore's offense, he's a really smart offensive guy. Last year, everybody's heads were spinning. It was year 1 of Kellen. They didn't have a quarterback. A lot of some people going left when others went right. Well, now it's all, we know the system. This is what it is. Let's implement it and execute it properly.
Jaguars and the Saints, Saturday, 4 o'clock in the preseason opener. Fletcher Mackel is a sports director of WDSU Television in New Orleans, and he's always kind enough to join us here on 1010XL. Tyler Shuck had a very nice end to his rookie season. It appears that it's his show in New Orleans for the foreseeable future. How has the second-year quarterback looked to this point?
Ups and downs. I mean, he definitely hasn't been, man, oh, man, watch out. He's an MVP candidate. But again, he's in his second year. He made 9 starts. He's not exactly an experienced veteran. So there have been some really good moments like we saw last year, the kind of off script throws, the sidearm throws, the ability to make all the throws, and to even make plays with his feet because he's a sneaky athlete. But there have been some struggles. I mean, look, he's taken some sacks. He's made some bad throws. So hopefully they're fleshing it out and figuring it all out in the preseason and in training camp. But this isn't, Drew Brees circa 2009. This is still a young developing quarterback. But I will say this, recently, the last couple of days, he has looked this weekend. Today was a little bit more of a struggle, but over the weekend, he really had some great workouts.
I love everything about Chris Olave. I know they drafted, the rookie there in the first round as well to pair with Olave, but certainly that passing game is going to be centered around Olave. What's the expectation for him coming into 2026?
That he's going to be one of the 5 or 6 best receivers in football. And if for no other reason, the Saints paid him that way. He is now the 6th highest paid wide receiver in the NFL. And look, here's the thing. Nobody doubts the ability. When he came out of Ohio State, you see it. It's just the consistency and the injury history. Chris Olave is an awesome guy, team-first guy. Even without the new contract, he was here this offseason. And again, you see moments. When Tyler Shuck took over last year, those two had a real big connection. But Chris Olave's never been to the Pro Bowl. He's never been an All-Pro. He is coming off a season where he had 1,000 yards receiving. So I think the Saints are hoping they figured out the injury history because he's had some really bad concussion issues to go with some other injury issues. But last year he played 16 of 17 games. He stayed healthy. And I think the Saints believe this is an investment on a guy that is right on the cusp of being a breakout star in this league at receiver. And so they paid him like that. And I think it's time to show that he's going to have a quarterback that for the first time since he got here, that is consistent with his coaching staff, no changes, not a veteran like Carr yelling at him the way they never found their footing on the same page. So I think the expectation is Chris Olave needs to have a really big season this year for Tyler Shuck in this offense.
It's been a brutal start in the NFC South with injuries. The Falcons, the Panthers, and the Saints all losing starters on defense for the year with injuries here in the first couple weeks of camp. I mean, how much of a gut shot was that for New Orleans to lose your starting defensive tackle in the first week?
So, again, I don't look at it as a gut punch because Brian Bresee is a nice player. He's a starter. He's in his 4th year out of Clemson, former first-round draft pick, late first-round draft pick, 29th overall pick. But maybe this was the year he was going to be a breakout in this system. But he's been solid, but not spectacular. And they have 2 guys. They drafted Christian Miller in the 2nd round this year out of the University of Georgia, who they rave about. In last year, they drafted Vernon Broughton in the 3rd round out of the University of Texas. Now, he was injured last year and didn't play. So I think that the belief is while Bresee could have been on the cusp of a solid season, it's not a loss that you go, man, oh man, we are in trouble. The thing it affects is the depth. Because now you're starting to erode a little bit more of your depth. That was already a question mark.
Final moments, Fletcher Mackel, sports director, WDSU Television in New Orleans. Again, the Jaguars and the Saints coming up Saturday at 4 o'clock. Quickly to the rest of the defense. I love Chase Young, terrific player. How is the rest of the Saints defense shaping up heading into the year?
So, again, I don't know if the defense is looking this good or if the offense with a young quarterback and new pieces like Jordan Tyson, the rookie, like Travis Etienne, like David Edwards, if they are still getting it together, but the defense is so far ahead of the Saints offense right now. And mostly because the guys you just listed, as well as other players like Justin Reed and Jonas Sanker and Kool-Aid McKinstry, their defense is back. So, a 2nd year under Brandon Staley. They added Caden Ellis at linebacker when they lost to Mario Davis. Caden started his career here, and he's a really great player and a great locker room guy. But the defense, it looks far, far ahead of the offense. So we'll see how it shakes out when they start playing for real. But, yeah, the defense looks really good right now.
Joint practice on Thursday. Let's begin there. What is New Orleans hoping to accomplish when the Jaguars and the Saints get together for practice on Thursday?
Yeah, offensive consistency. You want to see this is Tyler Shuck's team. This is new players like Etienne and Jordan Tyson. I think you want to see – you don't have to see them light up the Jaguars because I think, again, they're young and they're learning and they're growing, and it's their first – joint practice. They haven't even played a preseason game yet. But I don't think you want to come out of it feeling like, man, the Jags defense just whipped their butts. Either Jacksonville's great on defense or our offense stinks. I think you want to see some competitiveness and some consistency out of Shuck in that offense. That's the biggest key.
Liam Cohen announced earlier this week here in Jacksonville that a majority of the starters will not play on Saturday. Can we expect something similar from Kellen Moore and the Saints?
Kellen Moore did not answer that question. I'm not quite so sure about that. I know that when the Saints had the veterans with Sean Payton and Drew Brees, and even when it was Dennis Allen and Derek Carr, they leaned into the joint practices hardcore, and they didn't play a lot of the veterans, certainly in that first preseason game. This is a different team. This is, look, Tyler Shuck's only got 9 starts. He probably needs a lot of preseason reps. Jordan Tyson's a rookie. I think that you may see some of these starters at least for a series or two because they need the work.
Fletcher, as we wrap up, like we said, we had you on a little over a month ago talking about the NFC South. Here we are on the cusp of the preseason. Where do you think New Orleans is in the grand scheme of things in this division? Could they surprise some people this year?
Yeah, 100%. I think that they are a team that I could see getting to 9 or 10 wins and winning what has been a mediocre division for a long time. Again, I think they need solid play from Tyler Shuck. The offense needs to get it together. The defense needs to be as solid as it was last year or better. But there's no doubt in my mind, look, last year we saw the New England Patriots go from 4-12 to the Super Bowl in a young quarterback that took a big step. We saw Seattle miss the playoffs, bring in a new offensive coordinator and a new quarterback and win the Super Bowl. I think the Saints have some nice pieces. For the first time in a while, I can say they could be a player in a division contender for the NFC South and believe it. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but last year you wouldn't have looked at this team and thought they had any chance. Now you look at them and say, yeah, I can see something here.
Yeah, certainly it's a wide open division, no doubt about that. Final question, non-Saints related. How excited are people out there for Lane Kiffin and LSU to kick this thing off in a couple of weeks?
Pretty excited. And again, the pressure is sky high. He has kind of soft-sold it, talking about, I'm here for the long haul. It's not just 1 year. But in the world of win now, high-stakes college football, when you pay $50 million to Brian Kelly to fire him, $90 million to hire Lane Kiffin, and spend $50 million on a roster, including $6 million on a quarterback, like Sam Levitt makes more than Tyler Shuck. You better be good. So the enthusiasm, the excitement, and the expectations are sky high for LSU and Lane Kiffin.
Fletcher Mackel, sports director, WDSU in New Orleans, the Jaguars and the Saints on Saturday. And, of course, you'll hear the game right here on 1010XL. Fletcher, thank you as always. We'll do it again soon, pal.
All right, thank you.
And thank you to Fletcher Mackel, WDSU Television in New Orleans. That is the NBC affiliate out there. He is the sports director in the Big Easy. As the Jaguars have made the trip to the Bayou, they will be on the practice field tomorrow for a joint practice with the Saints. And then, of course, preseason game number 1 on Saturday at 4 o'clock. You'll hear that game right here on 1010XL. That's the way the NFL preseason's starting to go. You see a lot of these teams, a lot of them, really valuing joint practices as opposed to the preseason games themselves. And you say, well, why is that? Well, talking to Tom McManus earlier tonight, talking to some other former players, coaches around the league, a joint practice is more controlled, right? You don't have to worry about your quarterback getting hit. Both teams are looking to get good work in. There is some thumping. There is some popping, right? There'll be some guys hitting the ground, but it's a lot more of a controlled environment than a preseason game is, which is why you see a lot of starters take part in the joint practices, but not as many playing in the actual preseason games. Again, I think the Jaguars, a lot of their starters are going to go full speed tomorrow in the joint. I don't know how many of them, if any, will play in the game on Saturday. The game on Saturday will be a lot about the rookies, right? The young players, the guys on the roster bubble, that sort of thing. In fact, I would be very surprised, to be honest, if we saw Trevor Lawrence in any preseason game this preseason, because not only do they have the joint practice with the Saints tomorrow, they have a joint next week here with Carolina before that game, and they have 2 joint practices with Tampa Bay before that game to round out the preseason. So I would be pretty surprised if guys like Trevor, Hines Allen, Trayvon, Foye, among many others, saw any time in any of the preseason games. Hopefully they can get all their work in these joint practices. Well, that will just about do it, man. It has been a very, very busy Wednesday night edition of Hacker After Dark. We certainly appreciate you guys hanging out with us here on 1010XL and on 92.5 FM. And we do have a ton of people to thank. Again, our guy in New Orleans is Fletcher Mackel, WDSU Television in the Big Easy. That is the NBC affiliate. He is the sports director out there. He's our guy when it comes to the Saints, and we got the Saints perspective on the joint practice coming up tomorrow and, of course, on the game coming up on Saturday. So thank you to Fletcher Mackel for joining us this evening. Thank you to Tom McManus, the original 55 of the Jacksonville Jaguars, former Jaguar linebacker. You hear him every day on Helmets and Heels, and we get Tommy pretty regularly during the season here on Hacker After Dark as he gave his thoughts on the first 2 weeks of camp here in Jacksonville and his expectation for not only the joint practice tomorrow but for the game on Saturday. And then we also brought you a couple of Jaguar one-on-one conversations with defensive lineman Devon Hamilton and rookie defensive end edge rusher Wesley Williams. Had not had a chance to talk with Wesley Williams, the fourth-round pick out of Duke, prior to practice earlier today. Enjoyed that conversation. It's a young man that I think is very excited for the opportunity, and a guy like him will get plenty of opportunities this preseason. Again, you know what you have with Hines Allen and Walker. The question is, B.J. Green, Danny Strigow, Wesley Williams, Zach Durfee, how many of those young guys can emerge and also affect the quarterback? Wesley Williams looking to do just that, and we appreciate him joining us tonight. And as always, thank you to the great Jaguar PR staff, John, Emily, Dylan, Clint, everybody involved for helping us get these one-on-one interviews after every Jaguar training camp practice. Now, we'll be back tomorrow night. Again, a lot to review tomorrow with the joint practice in New Orleans, a lot of NFL talk, also some college football conversation coming up on a Thursday night edition of Hacker After Dark. It'll be the last Hacker After Dark of the week, kinda, on Friday this week. We're doing a preseason special of Friday Night Lights, kind of a deep dive into the high school football preseason from 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock. It'll be our 20th year, if you can believe that. 2 decades, 20 years under the Friday Night Lights. We're certainly looking forward to that, and we'll bring you a preseason special coming up this Friday at 8 o'clock. Jared Justice was your producer tonight. Jared, great job as always. I'm the hacker Ryan Green. And again, Jacksonville, thank you for spending part of your Wednesday evening with us right here on Hacker After Dark on 1010XL and on 92.5 FM. So for all of us here on HAD, have a terrific remainder of your Wednesday evening, and we will talk to you again tomorrow night on a Thursday beginning at 8 o'clock. Until then, good night, Jacksonville.
Riding home with a Jaguar.